want to welcome a new advertiser, the Omega Garden Rotary Hydroponic System. The Omega Grow system basically is a cylinder about the size of a 55-gallon drum that rotates very slowly about once an hour. A high-intensity LED grow light goes in the center of it. The plants grow in plant pots facing the inside. The system's patented design was created with efficiency, simplicity, and maximum yield in mind, so you can grow your own produce 365 days a year, basically in any 2-foot by 3-foot space in your garage. The system uses no pesticides or herbicides. You can grow up to 80 plants to maturity in as little as 4 to 6 weeks using just 160 watts of electricity, less than 2 medium-sized light bulbs. The cylinder rotates slowly through the feeding trough at the bottom, allowing plant rooting to absorb only the water and nutrients needed. The result is you can grow a healthy garden using only less than 1% of the water a normal garden would consume. For more info, go to www.omegagarden.com and be sure to tell them you saw it on the Still Report. Good evening. I'm still reporting on Trump, the master strategist. According to several sources, 150,000 Chinese troops are massing on the northern border of North Korea at this hour. The show of force came just one day after the Chinese premier met with President Trump in Florida, and even Trump's most die-hard skeptics have taken a pause in their criticisms and conspiracy theories of the past few days. In addition, a U.S. Navy aircraft carrier strike group has been turned around as it was headed for a port call in Australia in order to make haste to a new position expected to be somewhere between Japan and North Korea. The strike group includes the 1,092-foot-long Carl Vinson, a Nimitz-class carrier which houses 60 aircraft and 5,000 personnel. The move comes as North Korea has announced that it will test its latest atomic bomb. Will President Trump, the master strategist, take it out beforehand? No one knows but the Trumpster. China is playing the PR game in an interesting way. According to a Chinese Xinhau news release, China calls for restraint and avoiding anything that escalates tensions in Korean Peninsula. In other words, China has moved an entire army to the North Korean border to do just what? They certainly aren't threatening U.S. forces. According to the Navy Times, announcing carrier movements in advance is rare and generally done to send a clear message. The move is designed to send a message to North Korea and to increasingly nervous allies such as Japan and South Korea that the U.S. is ready to defend them. Korean leader Jong Un has launched a half-dozen missiles since President Trump took office in January. Experts are warning that North Korea is getting closer to producing a nuclear-tipped missile able to reach the United States. Its missiles are already capable of striking Japan and South Korea. Therefore, the U.S. and South Korea have deployed a new anti-missile system called THAAD, Terminal High Altitude Area Defense Missile System. These were deployed recently over strenuous Chinese opposition. But the Carl Vinson may house a few surprises as well, namely top-secret weapons development projects never before tested in a battle space. In another development, military analysts are tracking North Korean development of solid rocket motors that can enable a launch with very short notice. That development, combined with deployable nuclear weapons, are seen as unacceptable risks for the free world. China has been pushing the U.S. to engage in direct diplomacy with Kim's government to try to get them to halt their nuke development programs. But apparently President Trump has determined that nothing says lovin' like something from the oven.
Nothing says lovin' like something from the oven, and Pillsbury says it best.
And the Carl Vincent strike group's carrier escorts say it best by carrying over 300 missile tubes. The risks of an unprovoked attack, though, are enormous. According to the Navy Times, a punitive strike from the U.S. could trigger an invasion of the South by North Korea's force of more than 1 million soldiers.
응원이 잊지 않을 것이는 삼마당과 후방병원들에서 우리 보장 임무를 책임적으로 수행하여 전쟁 승리에 크게 기여한 주개방 전쟁식이 명정대가 나아갑니다.
우리와 함께 삶을 빛내도록.
현대전은 보병전이며 보병 싸움 준비는 인민군대의 싸움 준비이고 지금 광장으로는 벼락돌이의 방사포를 적재한 기계와 총.
Therefore, the initial force of 150,000 Chinese on their northern border is a threat that no military tactician will take lightly. I'm still reporting from Washington. Good day.